the backfield, runs through the contact, and then throws a shoulder for good measure.
On this team this year. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon Compton. Welcome to 2025. Today. This one the other way. It's still going back. That's the track. What's up and down?
Edwards pulls off and buries it. Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Hurt three right on the money.
Takes his shot for Darby. Flag out. Doesn't matter. Touchdown.
Two-0 pitch. Hit deep to right center field. It is far. It is good. It's a grand slam to send Arizona State to the Super Regionals. 2-0 pitch. Hit deep to right center field. It is far. It is gone. It's a grand slam to send Arizona State to the Super Regionals.
What a freaking weekend, my friends. Welcome into Pitchfork Lunch. Yes, I am Michael Carasanudo, and yes, it is a phenomenal victory Monday from the weekend that was in the College Station A&M Regional. Yes, you saw it right there, a walk-off run rule grand slam. If you had that on your bingo card, more power to you, because that is insane, my friends. But yes, I am Michael Carasanudo at Diablos005_ on X, formerly known as the Twitter. You know it, you love it. You can check out the show live there every day, Monday through Friday. Also, my veteran Pitchfork Lunchers. You can go to the wonderful world of IG. I know you've never heard that before, right? You can go to IG and check it out. All you got to do is go to Instagram. You see my name, Michael Carasanudo, but it's michael.carasanudo.5. Pretty easy. Dot between first and last name, .5 at the end. Bam. Hit me up with a follow, and you can check out the show live there every day. And last but not least, as you guys know, I know all you guys know this, last but not least, the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube. Well, watch live, but subscribe to the YouTube channel, because you have missed a plethora of phenomenal con reviews, including a little bit we got right before they hit the road. Ashley Mejia. Sat down and talked with us, and before they left, and I was saying, hey, obviously the vibe of the team, but what's it going to take to win the regional? And like they all say, concentrating on themselves. And yes, you're playing tough opponents, this regional's tougher. They handled McNeese. Then they beat A&M, came back, did it in the top of the 7th, held on to it, then beat A&M again. You saw there, Brooklyn Ulrich, the walk-off run rule grand slam. I can't say that enough. It is just absolutely awesome. But go to YouTube is my point, because we talked with Ashley Mejia right before they left for College Station. Now they're headed to Austin for the Supers. But yes, go to YouTube, watch live, but do subscribe, because you have missed, outside of Ashley, you have missed a plethora of phenomenal con reviews, whether it be coaches, players, voices, insiders, analysts, alum from many different generations. Alums. So yeah, you need to get in. Phenomenal. And we had a great conversation on Friday as the regionals were getting started with Coach Winkworth about, yes, his team, what they have coming in, players moving on to the professional ranks. And yeah, we had a conversation about, the World Cup obviously coming up, and him being, from England. He's already got his tickets to Atlanta, because he's putting a positive vibe out there. That being said, you missed that phenomenal, fun con review with Coach Winkworth. So do not be bashful. Go check it out. And you can do that. But yes, you got to go to YouTube. Like I said, watch live, but subscribe. And you see my name, Michael Carasanudo, but my channel is at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ, 005. At we got to get this in here. Yes, we do. At MVC005 on YouTube. And subscribe. When you search the MVC on YouTube, my friends, type in all caps. But you'll see the Pitchfork Lunch symbol, like you see right there in the top corner. You will see the Pitchfork Lunch symbol. So subscribe to the channel, man. Forks up again to the new subscribers. I greatly appreciate you. But check it out and hit me up. Send some messages, comments, thoughts, whatever. But for those of you, veteran Pitchfork Lunchers, again, forks up. I'm glad you're here. For you newbies, I'm glad you're here. If you're new today, the veterans and some of the newbies know what I'm going to say. I am stoked you're here, but shame on you. Where have you been? due to the fact that like I said, where have you been? Because you have missed a ton. And when I say a ton, this is season 3. So what you need to do, subscribe to the YouTube channel, binge watch season 1, keep watching season 3, binge watch season 2, keep watching season 3. And then in the fall, when season 4 rolls around, you'll be all caught up because the con reviews we have, when we have different coaches and players on, if they come back to the program, we don't talk about the same thing. So you can get caught up because sometimes I'll be like, oh, last time I talked to you, I remember, saying this. Boom, going forward. So that being said, subscribe to the YouTube channel, get caught up, and then again, any comments you want to get involved in the show, hit me up. Again, at Diablo005_ on the good old X, the artist formerly known as the Twitter, Michael.Caratuno.5 on the IG. My YouTube is at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, Season Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe. So yes, but it was a phenomenal, like I said, weekend for this team right here. Yes, this team right there. So as they were able to, like I said, keep it going, and they were able to, again, this win streak. They have won a ton of games. I mean, again, on the road since they went to Grand Canyon, came back, and like I said, 11-13 in region play. You guys know it. You guys know the story. But they were in games. They battled. Yes, they battled injury, but coach said, and players that were in delivered. I mean, getting a Tanya Windle back at the top of the lineup, lead off, because she loves batting lead off, and everybody else, as much as they'll do anything to help the team, was pretty much like, we can't wait to get Tanya back. So that being said, absolutely awesome. But lastly, again, I know I said it, but YouTube, subscribe, and you cut up on all the shows, all the interviews. But again, it's at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, Season Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe away. So yes, but again, let's start there. The A&M regional, guys, it was absolutely awesome. So yes, let's recap the regional, guys. You saw Brooklyn Ulrich's grand slam. I mean, the pitch and Mika Lupi opened it up against McNeese. Coach playing again matchups like, yes, McNeese was a 40-win team. Mika Lupi is a very, very, very good player. Very good, very, very, very good, as we know. So she starts the. She started the where did it go series. But yeah, we're gonna go through it because obviously A&M opened up, blasted UConn. So to recap for you fun peeps, as like I said, the Devils will be taking on Texas, but to recap the College Station Regional. So A&M opened up against UConn, beat them 17-3. Friday, as we were getting off the air, ASU was starting to play McNeese. They won that game 8-0. Again, control of it. Mika Lupi pitched a hell of a game. Again, getting hits. Bats were, awake. And then the next game, so the winners bracket, A&M and ASU. ASU was down 3-2 going into the top of the seventh. They get 2 runs in the top of the seventh, and then Kenji closes it out, and they win 4-3 to stay in the winners bracket, advance to the final yesterday on Sunday, and not having to play another game because UConn and McNeese. So since they both lost Wednesday, obviously, like I said, A&M beat UConn and ASU beat McNeese. So UConn turned around in an elimination bracket and beat McNeese 5-1. Then they had to play A&M again, and this time, well, they didn't. They scored 3 runs again, but they gave up 7 less. They gave up 7 less. Yes, but A&M cruised 10-3, and then the Devils 9-1. They win the first game. They would have had if A&M won, the Devils would have had to drop 2 games for A&M to win their College Station Regional, but. The Devils advance again, absolutely money. You look at something about it. Obviously, like Brooke and Ulrich hits the grand slam. Samantha Swan, some very timely hits. They got on the board in the first inning, my friends. And when I've been talking about all year about Samantha, like I said, obviously I mentioned it, and people say, well, you keep saying not an excuse, but no, they have had to deal with a little bit of an injury bug. But again, the depth that they have, and you can see it pay off, and the players that have been in line. Sam Swan has been catching all year, doing a phenomenal job behind the plate. She situational hitting, Sam Swan, getting it going with a base hit in the first. Tanya Wendell obviously gets on base. And you guys, because they were the home team yesterday, because they were the away team the first time. And since they stayed in the winners bracket, that's right, that's how regionals do work. I was trying to figure that out, but yes. Even if you're playing somewhere like the first time, if you play the top seed, they're the home team. They win, they stay the home team. But the fact that A&M lost and he came back up through that, I want to say that's why ASU's a home team. But I'll get clarification on that. But I'm pretty sure. I know I kind of said that last week when I was talking about it, but maybe not that smoothly. Anyway, not confused. You guys get what I'm saying. But yeah. Katie, So yeah, Tanya Wendell singled lead off the game, just helping the count 2-0. Keely Pond doubled to a left center on a full count, and then you had Wendell on third. Sam Swan right after that singled to center field. Wendell scores, Pond goes to third. Emily Shep popped out, Katie Chester popped out. But this was a hell of a play because with Kaylee Pond on third, Emily Shep popped out to third base. Pond couldn't go. It's 1 out. Katie Chester popped out to the third baseman, but she was going down the left field line, and it was a hell of a gamble. but a hell of a read, I will say, by Kaylee Pond, because the momentum of A&M's third baseman is taking him away. And base running, I won't say 101. That's probably like 202. It's a little advanced because you're like, okay, that's not far enough to tag up. But the second she caught it, she still had her back turned because the momentum was taking her away. She took, if she slowed down, and Kaylee Pond had a sick slide to where she literally is. It wasn't like a slide. She like dives. She dives not 4.5 feet out of the baseline like Texas Tech gets to do. She dives, and the catcher's trying to swipe back, but like the way she dove, she was above the glove, got her hand down, got the plate, did not get tagged. They reviewed it, and same thing. The glove never touched her, and Pond scores to make it 2-0. A beautiful, beautiful play. And that puts them up 2-0. And then Mejia, right after that, Ashley Mejia had an infield single, beat it out. And then Swami advanced to second, but then Yaya Acuna, again, pitching well. It's just a lot of just pounding the batters to where they're getting under the ball. And Yaya Acuna, again, popped up to third base on a 1-1 count, but ASU got 2 runs on 4 hits, left 2 on base. After 1, it is 2-0. A&M answered in the top of the second. They got the 1 run, if you didn't see, but they got the 1 run when Allen, when she singled through to center field, and Mathis scored. And then Mika Lupi again started this game, by the way, because again A&M had just faced Kenzie Brown out there when see her again. But I mean, coach talking about needing multiple pitchers. It was that was phenomenal. We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, Dement Allen singled and Mathis scored. And then so Verazzo struck out. She struck out to end the inning. So then we go to the bottom of the second, and the Devils say, you know what, our bats, pretty quick inning, our bats are still hot. Brooklyn Ulrich singled to second base, beat out the infield play. And then Tiare Ho Ching singled to second base. Ulrich, she beat that out. So, and then Tanya Wendell had I don't know if I think it was a bump, but she grounded out. I think you did try to line out with the catcher. Went to first on that, so it was 2-3. But Ulrich went to third. Tiare Ho Ching went to second, and then Kaylee Pond. This was such a beautiful hit because the pitch again it was outside. It was in the strike zone. It was but it was drifting away. And I mean, she just, again, saw ball, got the barrel squared, went to the opposite field, beautiful single into left field for the lefty, and Ulrich scores. And then Tiare Ho Ching is on third. And then Emily Shep reached on the fielder's choice to the pitcher. And then Shep advanced to third. Pond scored, and they just weren't able to make the play. And then Katie Chester popped up to second base, and then Shep, she went to second on a throwing error by the second baseman, but then Mejia grounded out unassisted to first base. But nonetheless, look at that, 3 more runs, 4 hits. Yes, there was an error on A&M. Again, 2 more left on base. So, but after 2 innings, it is 5-1. Nobody scores in the third, nobody scores in the fourth. And then comes the 5th. A&M doesn't score. And this beautiful, beautiful inning from the Devils, Katie Chester reaches on a throwing error by the third baseman. Corey Schull pinch ran for Chester. And then Yazzie Avila singled to center field Scholl advances second. And then Acuna singled through the left side, right? So Scholl to third, Avila to second. And then comes our good friend, our Red Mountain, Arizona Red Mountain alum, Miss Brooklyn Ulrich. And just in case you didn't see it, let's see it again.
2-0 pitch. Hit deep to right center field. It is far. It is gone. 2-0 pitch. Hit deep to right center field. It is far. It is gone. It's a grand slam to send Arizona State to the Super Regionals.
I mean, Oglove says it right there. Go Devils. Love me some. That's right, baby. That is right. Appreciate that. Yes, it is. Yeah, absolutely awesome. As they and Brooklyn Ulrich, like I said, delivered that. Which, I mean, come on, it does not get. It is absolutely beautiful, and so Ulrich, again, she said in her post game that the big hat on her. She's got the WWE, championship belt. Like the things they do, the traditions they have in those softball interviews, absolutely great, absolutely phenomenal. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So, but so now Super Regionals are set. ASU will be taking on Texas in Austin, of course, best of three. As ASU is, somebody put out a great tweet yesterday, and it said they're always talking about Texas, saying which school runs it. Well, it's actually a team that runs Texas, because with what the records of ASU sports teams against these Texas schools spreading out, yeah, it's pretty dominant for the for Sparky. Very, very dominant for Sparky. Loving it. But I digress. So Friday, the 22nd, 9 p.m. Eastern time on ESPN2. So 6 o'clock here, perfect. Number 1, Texas. Number 5, ASU. Then game 2 will be Saturday at 7 Eastern, 4 o'clock on ESPN this time. So, again, Texas the home team first. ASU will be the home team second game, even though, yes, it is a super regional. And then the third game, Texas would be the home team. If it goes to 3, we shall see. I know, poetry, right? But, so ESPN2, ESPN, and then game 3, if necessary, we'll have to see. It'll be on one of the networks. But so that is the Austin Super Regional. Also, in the Lincoln Super Regional, Oklahoma State, former fellow Big 12 foe, is obviously taking on Nebraska. Neither team lost in regionals. Oklahoma State took care of they beat Eastern Illinois, then they beat Stanford, who had beaten Princeton, and then Princeton beat Eastern Illinois, and then Oklahoma State beat Stanford 7-2. Stanford beat Princeton again in the battle of the very smart kids, 13-5, but then Oklahoma State 11-5. Like ASU, another Big 12 team not dropping a game. So, that'll be the Lincoln Regional, and then in the Lincoln Super Regional. The Knoxville Super Regional, Tennessee's going to take on Georgia. In the Fayetteville Super Regional, Arkansas is taking on Duke, who, Arizona had chances to do that for the Big 12 in advance, but just couldn't beat Duke. And then in the LA Super Regional. UCLA will take on another Big 12 team, UCF, who advanced, who took the Tallahassee Regional. Yeah, they did not mess around. Yeah, and then in the Gainesville Super Regional, Los Angeles Super Regional, UCLA, UCF, Gainesville Super Regional, another Big 12 foe. Texas Tech will be taking on Florida. And then in the Norman Super Regional, the Sooners taking on Mississippi State. And in the Tuscaloosa Super Regional, Alabama taking on LSU. So that's your bracket. We'll get crazy more into that. But, I'm going to take a quick break. When we get back, my friends, yes, when we get back, we're going to talk track and field too, because they had the Big 12s and they kicked some butt. So take a quick break. Again, I know it's a lot, teeny bit late, but we're within bandwidth here. So yes, take a quick break, and when we get back, we will talk. We'll wrap it with the ASU track and field baseball. Again, they had a hell of a weekend. They took 2 or 3. They got a double bye, by the way, coming in the Big 12s, which is here at Surprise Stadium. So yes, but we'll talk track and field, a little bit of baseball, celebrate this right here. Forks Up, Coach Bartlett, 4 years and 3 years back in regionals. The talent, the depth, players buying in, but just, oh man, love when we talk to Coach Bartlett. Phenomenal hire, and the staff, again, just rocking it, man, rocking it. And the recruiting trail is, Sparky is blazing it. It's blazed. Sparky's blazing it. So anyway, we will step aside, and again, track and field and a little bit of baseball on the other side here on Pitchfork Lunch. There we go. Yes, we are back here on Pitchfork Lunch. I am Mike Carter at Diablo005 _ on X, the artist formerly known as the Twitter. Jumping around. You know it, you love it. And yeah. Check out show live every day, Monday to Friday, normally 12 to 1. Running a little bit different today. But again, this is the last time we are going to stop running different. It is 12 to 1. You guys know that. You guys love it. And anyway, so my IG as well, Michael.Carter5. The YouTube channel at Emmons and Michael V's Victory Season Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe away. You can get again, subscribe, like I said, to the YouTube channel, get all caught up, all that good stuff. Just saying, you need to do it. But yeah, subscribe to the YouTube channel at Emmons and Michael V's and Victory Season Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe away. Yeah, track and field this weekend, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely crushed it. Let me see one thing real quick, because on my notes here, it does not. The Big 12 are in Tucson. Yes, the school down south hosted. It was in Tucson, and it's funny because the Devils' last meet of the regular season was there, as you guys all know, taking on the team down south. So again, not that they're not familiar with the track, but again, right before Big 12s to, find your grooves. That in and of itself, absolutely awesome. And we had some phenomenal finishers placing. In the hammer throw, let's just start with that real quick. So the hammer throw, Ori Willems of Cincinnati won it with a throw of 68.65 meters, just 225 feet 2 inches. Insane on the hammer throw, and he won it by 5 feet because Gary Moore of K-State went 67.22. Was his best, and that's actually was a season best for him. For Willems, it was a personal best at 68.65. So, but yeah, Moore of K-State went 67.22 meters, which is 220 feet 6 inches. So yeah, pretty much 5 feet. For the Devils, though, Sam Kapos of Arizona State, the sophomore, finished 11th. 57.89 meters, which is 189 feet 11 inches, which was a personal best for Kapos. And then the Devils also had Charlie Merritt in 20th. He went 51.40 meters, which is 168 feet 8 inches. So that was the hammer throw. Big 12 record was Nick Miller from Oklahoma State. In 2016, a decade ago. I remember this because I remember seeing the highlights. I mean, just again, the form of the hammer throw to not always obviously step over, scratch, keep your thing. But yeah, that is Nick Miller went 74.81 meters, which is 245 feet 5 inches. Insane. And then the facility record in Tucson was Balazs Kiss from USC. He went 81.94 meters in 96, which is 268 feet 10 inches. So in Tucson, that's the furthest throw that's been, and that was pretty safe. Again, 225 is a monster throw, but yeah. So that was the hammer throw, and then. The women's hammer throw, let's see, the Devils, not anybody placing in the women's finals hammer throw. But the winning throw was Berkeley Burton of Oklahoma State, a freshman, guys. She went 67.99 meters, which is a throw of 223 feet. So, yeah, she took first. The Big 12 record was from Shelby Frank at Texas Tech last year. I remember that. Yeah, the highlight of that. She went 230 feet 10 inches last year. But yeah, the Devils didn't have any women placing in the hammer throw. When the men's javelin, I want to say there was unfortunately, school down south. Jet Kinder took the javelin with a throw of 70.02 meters, which is 229 feet 9 inches. So he took that. But no Devils there in the men's javelin. And then in the women's javelin throw, unfortunately that team down south had 3. Aaron Tack finished 2nd. And then Aswin Martinez finished 6th. And Emily Saris finished 7th. But for the winner, Irene Kemobi, with the javelin, she wanted to throw 54.44 meters was her best of her throws, which is 178 feet 7 inches. So yeah, that was the women's javelin finals, and then Devils didn't have any men in the 3,000 meter steeplechase. The women, I don't think had a nope. Oh, men's shot put 3rd place, Preston Berry. Yes, I saw that over the weekend. It was awesome. His best throw of his all of his throws was 17.93 meters, which is a throw of 58 feet 10 inches. Unfortunately for Devils, but a hell of a performance by the school down south. Tyler Michelini and Sam Halaufia took 1st and 2nd. Michelini went had a throw of 19.91 meters, guys, which is 65 feet 4 inches, and beating his teammate by 2 feet, Sam Halaufia. He went 19.26 meters, which is a throw of 63 feet 2 1/4 inches. And then Preston Berry finished third. The Devils also had Sam Kapos, pardon me, in ninth. So he did the shot put 2. He finished ninth with a throw of 16.93 meters, which is a throw of 55 feet 6 1/2 inches. Season best for him. Owen Lee finished 11th with a throw of 16.67 meters for the Devils, which is a 54 feet 8 1/4 inches. Also, it was a personal best for him, a season best for Kapos there. So, yeah, the Devils had 3rd, 9th, and 11th. And unfortunately, Charlie Merritt, the sophomore from ASU, had, I guess, scratched. But yeah, like I said, 3rd, 9th, and 11th. So solid there in the shot put finals for the men. In the let's see, the men's long jump. I don't think the Devils. Well, they had a 12th and 13th. That's right. Jaden Patterson. We'll hear his name again soon. Jaden Patterson had a jump of 7.10 meters for 12th. His best. That was his best jump, 7.10 meters, which is 23 feet 3 1/2 inches. His teammate Malith Yasiru finished 13th right behind him, literally 2 inches. He went 7.05 meters, which is 23 feet 1 3/4 inches. So they had 12th and 13th in the men's long jump. See the men's pole vault. Nobody for the Devils there. The women's pole vault. No Devils in there. The women's shot put, though. Ines Lopez was 15th in the shot put with a throw of 14.23 meters, which is 46 feet 8 1/4 inches. So, yeah, she was 15th and for ASU in the women's shot put. In the women's long jump, Alexandria Johnson finished 6th with a jump of 6.22 meters, guys. 20 feet, half an inch is what it was there for Alexandria Johnson. And if you guys saw any of this, which, again, I did, I was peeking in and out, going back, looking at some. Again, it's just track meets in and of themselves are so much fun, but when you get to the championships and seeing what people are doing in prelims and finals and like the 800 meter, which we'll get to that in a second, but they did that. But yeah, so Alexandria Johnson finished 6th, like I said, in the long jump. The school down south, Sydney Vanek, for the sophomore, took first. 6.50 meters, 21 feet 4 inches was the winning jump. By a 1/4 inch over Aaliyah Lindsay of K-State. But nonetheless, so yeah, 6th for Sun Devils Johnson, 14th for Susmita. She went 5.91 meters, which is 19 feet 4 3/4 inches. So, again, 6th and 14th for the Devils in the women's long jump. And then that was that day. And then let's see. In the men's 4x100 meter relay, Devils finished 6th with a time of 40.23. Houston took it. Houston, Arizona, Texas Tech, Baylor, BYU, and then ASU. But yeah, the 4x1, 40 point in the men's, 40.23 seconds for the Devils. And then In the women's 4x100 meter relay, the Devils took 5th with a time of 44.76. And UCF took the 4x1, the women's 4x1 time of 43.57. So they was cooking. But yeah, 5th for the Devils. Again, that's solid, 44.76. Season best for him, too. Yeah, distance-wise, in the 1,500, nobody men's or women's. In the men's 110 hurdles, no Devils, unfortunately. Let's see. 110 meter hurdles for the men. Nope. And then women 100 meter hurdles. Nope. So the men's 400. Do you know who won it? You guys hear about this? Yeah, Jaden Davis of Arizona State. A 44, again, sub 45. A 44.98 for Jaden Davis, who beat out. He was the only person under 45. Brian Tanega of Texas Tech was second. Tavon Underwood of K-State was third. Tanega 45.25, Underwood 45.30. Then you had Ronnie Kendrick of TCU 45.45, and then Malik Franklin of Baylor at 45.63. All of them looking up and chasing Jaden Davis, who had. I'll show it tomorrow because I have it. But an awesome 400-meter run. Jaden Davis just owning it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Absolutely love it. So, yeah. In the women's 400-meter dash, my friends, Iowa State's Rachel Joseph took it with a time of 50.08. She is a freshman, by the way, and it was a personal best and a freshman best at the Big 12. So, yeah, that is awesome. Unfortunately, she's at Iowa State, but for her, freshman to win it 50.08 and won it by over a second. Jasmine Newberry of UCF, the senior, ran a 51.17. For our Devils, though, Taiwo Kudoro ran a 53.55 and finished ninth. But, yeah, a freshman. So, that turned some eyes. She was the only freshman in the heat. Or no, sorry, I take that back. She was one of. Oh no, she's a. Oh, it was a facility record. She said she's not a freshman; she's a senior. Yeah, Rachel Joseph's a senior. My bad. Still awesome though, but she set a facility record at 50.08. The previous was by her last year at 50.79 in Tucson. So she dropped that to a 50.08. So, yeah, the senior does it there. But there was a freshman in the heat, and that was Desiree Real of K-State, and she finished 7th running at 52.24. So, but again, Taiwo Kudrow in 9th of the 9, yes, but 53.55 for, again, just a sophomore. Yeah, so the men's, that was that. In the women's 400, I just said the women's 400, yeah. Let's see. What do we have? Oh, the men's 100, by the way. Yeah, nobody from the Devils. Mason Lawyer from Arizona won it with a 9.93. Houston had second, third, fifth, and sixth. So, yeah, Louis Hinchcliffe, Dakari Charlton finished second and third. And then Sean Igbobo finished fifth. And then Ryan Mulholland finished sixth. Mulholland ran a 10.19 and sixth. Bobo ran a 10.18. Who finished fifth, and then third place, Dakari Charlton ran a 10.11, and Hinchcliffe also under 10. Like I said, Lawyer went 9.93. That's how close it was. Hinchcliffe went 9.97 in the men's 100. So that was a hell of a race. If you didn't see it, go back and watch. I watched it. I've already seen it 3 times, and then you just yeah, bum no Devils, but absolutely awesome. In the women's, no Devils. Kaya Epps, 11:07 from Cincinnati, wins it. In the men's 800-meter run, look at this name, Dayton Carlson. Yeah, Forks Up Devils. You know this kid. Had a heck of a race. I watched it 3 times, but the way he closed, the way he again stayed up with the pace, stayed up front, and then was able to close it out the last. Well, I'd say 200, but the last 125, absolutely awesome. Dayton Carlson, a 1:46.07 over Hafez Mahidi of Oklahoma State. He ran a 1:46.64, and third was Kaiser Dunbar with a 1:46.90. So. But yeah, Dayton Carlson, heck of a run, guys, in the 800. Takes first, phenomenal. I mean, you should go back and again, go check it out. And then nobody in the women's 800 for the Devils, and then the men's 400-meter hurdles was taken by Jaden Douglas of TCU. He ran a 49.32. Man, personal best for him. But yeah, nobody in the 400 hurdles on the men's side for the Devils. For the women, nope. The winning time, Vanessa Mercera with a 55.39. In the women's 400 hurdles, no Devils either. In the 200-meter dash, ASU's Amir Thompson did not finish, unfortunately. The freshman who qualified. Oh, that was tough. That was a tough one. And then, Mason Lawyer, he won the 200 as well at the time of 20.02. It was a personal best facility record and a meet record, 20.02, because before that, the meet record was Mookie Salam of Oklahoma ran a 20.05 in 2011, and the facility was, of course, weird. Otto Bolden in 95, he ran a 20.08, and now 20.02 personal best facility and meet record for Mason Lawyer, the senior. So that's the men's 200. The women's 200, I think the Devils had 7. No, wrong event. No Devils. Tria Kelly ran a 22.19. Same thing. If facility record, a meet record, personal best, because the facility record before this was 22:51, and the meet record was 22:23. So, Try Kelly from Baylor has both now. Yeah, 5,000 meter Devils, not a person. A new facility record was set by Will Muirhead, by the way, went of 13:49:19 for the 5,000 meter. Yeah, 13 minutes, 49 seconds, 49.19 seconds for 5,000. Insane, my friends. So that's that. The women's 5,000. No Devils. Yeah. So nothing there for the women's 5,000, which yeah. The men's 4x400 meter relay, kids. Third place, Arizona State Sun Devils with a time of 3:04.10 flat. That was the season best. Everybody hit season best. Baylor won it with a ton of 3:02.90 season best. BYU finished second, 3:03.71 season best. Devils 3:04.10 season best. Houston 3:04.18 season best. Everybody knocking it down in the finals, which again you would expect when there's that talent. K-State 3:04.20 also season best, and sixth place Cincinnati 3:04.52 season best. Texas Tech ran a 3:06.20, not their season best. Iowa State ran a 3:09.13, their season best. So yeah, but the Devils third place, man, in the 4x400 meter relay. Absolutely awesome. Yeah, 3:04.1. So third place there in the 4x4 after having a 400 winner, an 800 winner. And the women's 4x400 meter relay, the Devils were eighth with a time of 3:33.58. And that was the season best for them as well. They finished eighth. Texas Tech won it with a time of 3:28.05. That's the season best and a facility record. The old facility record was 3:28.53 by Tennessee down in Tucson. So yeah, but yeah, the Devils with eighth place in the women's 4x4, and then Brennan McHenry, unfortunately, the junior no-heighted in the high jump on the men's side, and let's see, in the men's discus, 23rd for Preston Berry, the sophomore, 46.39 meters, which is 152 feet 2 inches in the discus. And the winner, though, my friends, from the University of Houston, Kanan Wari, and he went 58.49 meters, which is a throw of 191 feet 10 inches. So, yeah, that was a winning throw. But like I said, for the Devils, Owen Lee actually had faulted on his throws. But, yeah, 23rd for Preston Berry in the discus. And then in the men's triple jump, Malith Yasiru, he finished ninth with a jump of 15.63 meters, which is 51 feet 3.5 inches. Insane. And then Jaden Patterson went 15.38 meters on his triple jump, which is a jump of 50 feet 5.5 inches. They got 9th and 10th. So the winning jump, though, guys, was Selva Prabhu of K-State, 17.19 meters for him, and that's a triple jump of 56 feet 4 3/4 inches. He won by 3 3/4 inches because Jonathan Ceramis, which I suggest you. I love the triple jump. One of my favorite events to just always watch. But yeah, Ceramis went 17.09 meters, which is 56 feet 1 inch. So yeah, just out of the gym there. But yeah, the Devils get Asiru and Patterson 9th and 10th in the men's triple jump. Let's see, and the women's high jump. Oh, yes, tied for 6th, Claudina Diaz with 1.78 meters, which is a jump of 5'10". And yeah, she tied for 6th as Texas Tech's Temitope Adeshina had won the high jump with a jump of 1.94 meters. Guys, is like 1 meter, big deal. Yeah, that's 6 feet 4 and 1/4 inches. Insane. But yeah, Claudina Diaz forks up, man, as she finished 6th in the women's high jump. And then Inez Lopez, guys. Yeah, remember her from shot put? Yeah, she decided she was going to win the discus, and she went 58 feet, 0.50 meters, which is a throw of 191 feet, 11 inches. Guys, she won by 12 feet. Sofia Sluchanova went 54 feet, or 54.64 meters, which is 179 feet, 3 inches. 191.11 for Inez Lopez. And her teammate, Harley Madrano, went 49.44 meters, 162 feet, 2 inches. That was good enough for 7th. So Devils taking 1st and 7th in the women's shot put. But man, Inez Lopez, 191.11, or shot put. That'd be pretty. Women's discus. Inez Lopez forks up to that, man. Absolutely money. And then Aaliyah Adams finished 4th in the triple jump for the Devils. Real quick before we get out of here, 13.40 meters, which is 43 feet 11 3/4 inches. And considering the winning jump was 13.53 meters, which is from Tamaya Washington of Texas Tech, but 13.53 meters is 44 feet 4 3/4 inches. So yeah, you look at 43 feet 11 3/4. I mean, that's, and again, I mean, you're thinking 5 inches a jump, but still within, you're finished 4th and within 1st through 4th within 5 inches. So that's crazy. But yeah, Aaliyah Adams forks up, way to crush it. And Alexandria Johnson again finished 21st, 11.90 meters for the junior, 39 feet 1/2 inch. But yeah, we'll get to and those are the results. So anyway, forks up, man, to those track champs. I'm going to get out of here, though. You guys have a phenomenal rest of your Monday. Again, we're going to get out of here a little bonus, but doesn't get old. Forks up to Coach Bartlett, her staff. Yes, this team, these players, they got to make the plays. But man, just the leadership, the energy, the let's go vibe from her, Ashley Mejia, of this team. Again, just the way they are able to just concentrate on themselves and rock, and again, work those at-bats, man. Forks up. Coach Bartlett, man, like we've said out here on Pitchfork Lunch, you brought a vision and have absolutely crushed this vision. So forks up to Coach Bartlett, forks up to the staff, obviously the players. I mean, phenomenal, and headed to Super Regional. So I'm going to get out here again. Thanks for reigning back-to-back Big 12 champs, women's volleyball. It is #our state school down south. Remember that. That is for you. And you guys know it. I will see you tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel, possibly with a guest. Possibly. I'm hoping to see if we can land it. Yeah, possibly the guest. But yeah, we lead 12-1. Yeah, no more latest. If so, I will post. I will figure it out. But nonetheless, no, not even gonna do that. No more latest. 12-1. But yeah, it is #our state. Thanks to, like I said, reigning back-to-back champs, volleyball champs, women's volleyball, Big 12 champs, women's volleyball. yeah, have a great rest of your Monday. I will see you tomorrow. Like I said, same bat time, same bat channel. We'll talk more baseball as they had a double bye, and they're the 3 seed in the Big 12 tournament. Out in surprise, forks up Coach Bloomquist for this team to only drop 2 Big 12 series all season long. And again, absolutely Landon Harrison up for postseason awards. New Contratus. It is just, again, when they pass the bat, Smaldino has been on a tear the last month. So, yes, we'll get to that tomorrow. Forks up, man. So glad you were here. I will see you. And you guys know, of course, go Devils. And, yes, as always, forks up.
I went to Arizona State.
Right.
I'm a Sun Devil, man.
2-0 pitch. Hit deep to right center field. It is far. It is gone. It's a grand. 2-0 pitch. Hit deep to right center field. It is far. It is gone. It's a grand slam to send Arizona State to the Super Regionals.
I went to Arizona State.
Right.
I'm a Sun Devil, man.
27-yard line. That's a great call, too. Play fake. Farmer will put it up. Throws over the middle. Pull. Touchdown. Quick flag.
3rd down and 5. Levitt swings it to Scatterbo. Scatterbo breaks defenders. Here he goes again. Another
Scatterbo is the running back, and he is immediately met in the backfield, runs through the contact, and then throws a shoulder for good measure.
Shut this defense here. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon Compton. Welcome to 2025.
The other way. Still going back. That's the drag. Walks up and down.
Edwards pulls off and buries it. Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Hurt 3 right on the money.
Takes his shot for